We're back with Alex today. What are we going to do today?
Yeah, take a look at this village. Thank you, Kabun Kat. Take a look at this village. Nice houses.
Where are we now?
We're in this kind of, as I mentioned, this Huayai, it's considered. It's like southeast Pattaya.
Okay.
So east, straight back from basically Jomtien Beach. If you head straight east from Jomtien Beach.
Yeah.
This is a huge developer, Pattaya. So you mentioned you want to see some different properties and take a look at different stuff.
Okay, you know how to go, right?
Not really.
Okay, you see the white car and on to the left, so it's gonna be
on the end of the road.
ใช่ค่ะ
Okay. And of course, renting is the other option for a long period of time.
What was the rent price here for the unit that we were about to
So the one that we're going to see is 150,000 baht per month.
Okay.
For a long-term rental.
And how big is that?
That's a 4-bedroom. It's about 300 square meters. It's about 460 square meters of land, and actually about 360 square meters of living area.
Huge.
So yeah, it's a good size, 2 floors. They also have a 1-story design here, and then a few different 2-story designs. But yeah, you're looking at anywhere between 360 and 400 square meters of living space in these houses, and generally they're 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. And they want like this kind of a thing near schools.
See, that's what because I know maybe a couple people that live on this side, and most of them live here because of the schools.
Yeah. So yeah, as they mentioned, this one is for sale and rent. So yeah, generally a pool would go here. There's room for it, and they could put one. If it's being bought, it put one in and include it in the rental.
Okay.
But they generally put like a 10-meter pool, 10 by 3-meter pool. And we're locked out.
Oh.
We can go in the side. So kind of the Thai way here is shoes off when going in the house. So I mean, you got the main entrance door. We're kind of coming into the living room, but you see the way they furnish it is a nice, elegant style.
Beautiful.
Main floor, you got your kitchen, your living room, and then they put one of the bedrooms on the main floor as well, and then 3 of the bedrooms upstairs. I think there's 3 other projects, and now they just launched a new one as well in this Huayai area, starting at a much more reasonable, like 8 million baht, 8 to 9 million baht. That's under $300,000, about 200, maybe in the range of 270,000. So yeah, they do have some more, some lower priced options as well. These are kind of neat. They use this like vented door.
Wow.
Slides up and closes off. So good ventilation, especially near the kitchen, is good to have.
Nice.
Thai cooking can be spicy.
Yeah. I see also with a lot of houses they have 2 kitchens.
Yeah. So
One
this
inside,
one
one
again.
outside.
So with this, the fact that you can totally close it off, open that.
Oh yeah,
and
this is actually the same concept.
Yeah, so it creates ventilation, really easy ventilation, and then you have like a wet bar or something out there, right?
Yeah.
You've got a sink, you got everything where you can kind of clean dishes or cups, but the cooking and oven and stovetop are back here where you can easily close it off. Fridge spot there. So this particular one is priced at 23 million, but as is. So furnished like a show house, all the decoration, all the furniture, ready to go. It's kind of a unique design. You have like a 2nd level. I mean, they've set it up as like a rec room, almost looks like a dining area set up here, or workspace. But I kind of would see this more as like a 2nd living room. Maybe you got a sofa here, a TV room, reading room, maybe even a library. So it's a space that could be used.
Very nice.
And then you have 3 bedrooms. All bedrooms have ensuite bathrooms in this house. So that's why it's a 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom. Little balcony and your bathroom.
Yeah.
Needs a little tuning. Yeah, decent wardrobe space. Like that's something you'll find in houses and condos here is storage can be limited in Thailand and maybe in Asia for the most part. But here you've got a decent amount of storage and wardrobe space. But here, like that's just kind of become a norm is people do expect things furnished. But with these guys, yeah, they do sell it generally without that stuff, even without wardrobes and everything.
Okay.
But again, this one is furnished already and they can offer a furniture package. Another thing people will want to look out when buying property, check out what kind of plugs you have in different places because in Thailand, especially in houses, very limited outlets and plugs around is something that you'll see.
Okay.
So check, you know, usually a good builder or a good well-built house will have a good amount of outlets.
Yeah.
And even what you're starting to see now in new houses like this one is they'll even have like dedicated USB A and C outlets and plugs kind of beside the beds and things. So convenience. Another ensuite, very similar. Full kit, bathroom with shower and everything.
Wow.
Awesome master.
This is crazy.
Yeah, so they did this nice dressing room.
A walk-in closet.
Yeah.
Feeling very
With the
nice,
clothes.
man. Beautiful.
Very kind of bedroom area is a little separated, but it's nice to. Some new houses are doing this almost like a master suite or primary.
Feels like a hotel.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Now, actually, I think people are getting more towards referring to this kind of room as a primary suite more than a master suite. And then you got like a balcony off of here. Small little balcony. But this location is nice in the village corner plot, which generally do better in terms of value. So this is the clubhouse. Look at the size of the pool. Huge. I don't even know how many meters this is. 40 meters maybe or something. So I mean, look at this. Nice looking gym. You know, the basics. Well, this Huaya area is all built around what they call Chak Nok Lake. It's like a body of water just south of us now. There's like a jogging track around it, and like you said, there's more stuff coming here all the time.
Yeah.
So for somebody that wants a house and outside of the city, this is a good option. You got way less condos out here. It's more houses. It's more residential.
And they also have international schools on this side of the...
That's right. Tara Pattaya would be the closest to us here, but also Phoenix is right on that same road. And then you have some of the other higher end ones as well, like Regents and Rugby and all that a little further out in the Mapachan Lake area. But yeah, for schools, for families and stuff, this is a good option. Generally, these guys and a lot of Thai houses you'll find for buyers out there, they sell them unfurnished. So that's always something that people will want to check when they're looking at property, specifically for buying, for renting too. But you know, furnished or unfurnished can be a big thing here. Like even here, okay, the starting prices are, like I said, not necessarily low at like 18 million baht, but that actually doesn't include a full furniture package yet. But the developer can provide it. At a price. So they start at 18.5 million baht. I believe right now that's about 600,000.
Okay.
Yeah, 550 to 600,000 ish. So as I said, modest starting price to buy a house here. Definitely. But you know, you are getting like a 4-bedroom, 2-story house, plot of land, and now there's more questions to ask as well in terms of ownership. Right, this is kind of a big point right now for people. Is do you buy? Do you long-term lease? With houses, so as a Thai person, so you know, a foreigner married to a Thai or a Thai individual on their own can fully have no issue buying a land and a house, everything outright in their own name. For a foreigner only, you've got a little bit more limitation on how you can purchase the property. You could still buy, but you'll need to structure it in one of a few ways, 3 or 4 ways. Leasehold is one of the most common ways that people are talking about that now. And that's like a long-term lease where you can actually buy the structure on the land and long-term lease the land for like a 30-year term with options to extend as long as the seller is agreeing to extend that. But it's the legality of that extension is kind of not enforceable. If, say, somebody decided to change their mind within that 30-year period, then it's not enforceable in court that you could make somebody have to extend a lease for another 30 years. You can't. So that's a contending point that a lot of people are kind of questioning right now. For sure, you're locked in 100% legally for 30 years on the land lease. And you can own the house outright to make it so that at the end of that lease term, maybe something has to be paid back to you for that property that's on the land. Then there are a couple of other options. The leasehold is one. There's one called an usufruct that doesn't have a time limit on it. You can have full use of the land and the house for the rest of your lifetime as one person. And you can have that outright for the rest of your life. But that's limited to only to a lifetime, to the rest of your life. And there's certain limitations on how that's transferable, how and if that's transferable, because inherently the usufruct is not transferable to somebody else. It would stay with you, but there's no time limit on that. Then there's another one, Sap-Ing-Sith. That's the newest type of leasehold that's a little bit more secure for the buyer. So it's a type of leasehold that actually comes with an additional title deed looking document. And that is attached to the original title deed, and that has all the rights of the buyer or the current owner that's gonna buy it for a limited time, for a certain amount of time, a 30-year. That is then transferable. It's actually financeable, so you can actually loan against that, Sap-Ing-Sith. So it has all the rights essentially of ownership. You can actually make return on it and things like that. And also, this is the law right now. This could change in the future, and there's a potential of that. So some people that are buying under a 30-year lease are also buying with the potential that something could change during this 30 years. And maybe ownership structure changes. If you were to set up, say, a company ownership, that's also an option. Everybody's kind of on about this is illegal.
I saw a lot of stories online about nominee businesses.
So I mean, if you're setting up a company without the plan of actually doing any business at all and purely setting up the company through people that you don't know, putting Thai shareholders on there that you don't know or have association with and aren't going to have any involvement in a business, then that's considered a gray area. And you may want to, depending on your situation, avoid that. If you're setting up a business, an actual business, and you want to own a property with that business, that's totally doable, possible, and legal.
And what kind of clients do you mostly help, or is it mostly from the US or from Canada or all over?
I mean, our clients are from all over, and foreigners and Thais. So most of our staff actually are Thai. I'm the minority in the company. The only foreigner actually. So we do have a lot of foreign clients, and that's why our staff are very fluent in English. And we actually have, we could speak Thai, of course, German, and we've got a few languages that we can speak, English, of course, as well. But we help clients internationally, foreigners and Thais. I would say North Americans, yes, a lot of North Americans, US, Canada, and then other areas here and there.
If a retiree would approach you and say, hey, I want to live by the beach, and I have a budget of around, let's say, $1,000 US, what would you tell them? I
mean, my first question would probably be, what do you need in terms of a studio, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, or bigger?
Let's say, and is it possible to get a 2-bedroom for that price?
It is. For $1,000 or 30,000 baht, that's a good starting point for a 2-bedroom condo. And I mean, I'd show them some different condos between low rise and a high rise. Definitely you'd be condo near the beach for that budget.
Yeah.
So I would say you'd probably start to eliminate houses and you'd look at condo. Some of the newer condos are actually starting to become pet friendly as well.
Okay.
But so that would be a question. Okay, is pet friendly a consideration for you or not? And then yeah, I'd show them some low rise options, some high rise options. Do they want something that's way less total unit count? Or do they want more of a larger unit count, community feel, resort style feel with, you know, a bunch of more and larger facilities and more people and kind of that community feel? You can get both. You can get a little more private residential or the bigger, bolder kind of options. Yeah, to rent, you'd probably be looking anywhere kind of starting at around 17,000, 18,000 baht.
That's still pretty affordable.
Yeah, 600-ish, 600, 700 for like the starting small size, 30 to 35 square meter. And then up to, you could probably get a rental of a 2-bedroom larger unit or even a 3-bedroom that they have there for in the range of like 60, 70,000 starting price up to, you know, over 100,000, or is that going to be around like kind of starting from $2,000 US and up for rent. To buy, you're looking at, they may have a few units that come back sometimes to market if somebody doesn't complete on their contract. But for 1-bedrooms, they're getting up there in terms of like condo prices in Pattaya. It's 5 million, 6 million baht foreign ownership. Thai, as maybe we mentioned, that there's a difference in price just because of the scarcity and the demand for foreign ownership in condos. Thai ownership, you're maybe looking around 4 million-ish starting price, or 100,000, over $100,000, 115 to $120,000 starting price. Reasonable starting prices, but this is, again, that would be like Thai ownership, low floor, limited views.
How does it work if you want to rent something in Pattaya?
Yeah, so you find what you like, you find what you want, you narrow it down on a property, and generally the person managing it is going to want a deposit to show interest. I'd tell your viewers to make sure they vet who they're talking to and kind of really check that reputation and who they're dealing with before just sending money to somebody. But also, I wouldn't be too skeptical if the first part of a process is to reserve a property with a deposit, because that is how it works. Like, for example, if you found a place tomorrow, you like it, you want to go ahead and book it, they would be looking for a booking deposit probably of 1 month of rent, and then you're going to need to pay, if it's a 1-year contract, it's going to be a total of a 2-month security deposit generally and 1 month advance rent. So 3 months to start renting there.
And are there like other things, like for instance, let's say you are still on a tourist visa. Is it possible to rent a condo?
Absolutely, absolutely. What limitations you have on a short-term visa like a tourist visa is the ability to open a bank account. Right now, in the last year, that's become a little more strict. So that's something you'd have to kind of look at.
You can still rent something,
Absolutely.
even if you have a tourist visa.
Absolutely, yeah. You would just be looking to send funds from overseas, wire money, and you could even set that up to do that to the owner or whoever you need to send the rent to every month on a recurring basis. So for sure, you just need to arrange the funds. And then one more thing, okay, obviously before you're just paying money or paying a deposit for something, have something in writing, have a reservation form where you've got an agreement from the other side that they are renting you this property, whether it be the full contract already for you to read over and make sure everything's correct, or some form of a reservation that's signed by the receiving party or the owner even, to make sure that you're renting from this person who's, you know, the owner of the property on the title deed.
Okay, what's the name of your company?
Condo Connection Thailand or Property Connection Thailand.
And who should they call if they connect your company?
Yeah, call me. I mean, you know, you can give them you can give somebody my contact details. More than welcome to help out with advice or show them properties, or our team. very, very helpful staff, like I mentioned, and we can help. We're always looking for clients to help and looking to kind of spread knowledge about, you know, security in the property market here in Thailand, and it is a very safe place to invest in and an exciting place to be.
I want to thank you again for your hospitality and your time for today.
No problem.
And make sure to subscribe and like the video. If you have any questions for Alex, I'll put his details in the description as well. And we'll see you in the next video. If you're looking to make the same move, either as a digital nomad, as a retiree, check out expatlifethailand.com.